Hello, welcome back. You're looking at the face of a very happy bunny. Today is March the 8th and we are allowed out from our homes, obviously keeping local area, for exercise and recreation. Well, my recreation's taking the tripod out. I never thought I'd be so glad to see a tripod in my entire life. And the filters. Because whilst it was good fun having a play around with high ISO in the woods, I so need to do some long exposure photography. Just to be able to pop the camera on the tripod. Excuse me, it's a bit muddy where I'm walking. Not worry about grainy pictures. It's wonderful. So I've come out to another new location. Again, quite local to home. I've seen pictures of this place on Google and on Flickr, and a couple of mates from Facebook bring the dogs walking around here, and I've always thought, I really ought to go down and have a look, but I put it off until today. So here I am. It's a fishing lake in the main. I've no idea what I'm going to get, if I'm going to get anything at all. Just in a nice, possible minimal composition. Where I'm stood now, I am facing the lake, and the sun is going to set over that way, to my right. So what I'm hoping for is we might get some colour going up there, or even over there. I don't know. All the way round here are little jetties. Those jetties there look really good, but they're pointing in completely the wrong direction. And I've no idea how long a walk this is round. Looking at it, I'm guessing maybe a couple of miles, so it's good exercise as well. Oh, very strange jetty. Spinning around. Could work well. If that sky does something interesting, that could look quite nice. So I'm quite impressed with that. And this is another one of those strange places I really don't feel safe. Which is very depressing. I wander out in the middle of Glencoe at 5 o'clock in the morning on my own, in the middle of nowhere. But put me 2 or 3 miles from home and I'm like a nervous wreck. And it's probably completely unfounded. But hey ho. Right, I'm going to carry on moseying and see what I can find. Hey, I hope you're all hanging on in there. Freedom is coming! First composition, and you know when you haven't done something for so long, it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it's got very warm. Well, it doesn't help that I've got a fleece on, a down jacket, and I've been doing a route march. But just as I found my composition, I got company. I didn't know there was swans here, otherwise I'd have bought some food down for them. Anyhow, I digress. Just there, it's a little kind of dead twig, and the water at this side of the lake is quite calm, so I thought that would look quite nice as a minimal, probably a square format. It's actually very close to that one, and because where I'm stood is kind of almost in the water, I'm struggling to get a clear view of it, so there is going to have to be a little tinsy-wincy bit of cloning. So I'm on autofocus, because I can't bother with manual. I'm on f7.1, 10 seconds, ISO, back down to 100, yes! Obviously the Nikon doesn't have VR in the body, so I've turned it off on the lens. And I had an exposure time of 10 seconds. And I think that works quite well. The 10 stop has smoothed the water out, and I've got bands of blue and white, which is the clouds moving across the sky. It's just gone 5 o'clock. Sunset is 6:30. I haven't seen anything around this side of the water that particularly floats my boat. I've had a look at all the fishermen's, I think they're called pegs, and they go to match fish and so forth. Excuse me. I was hoping there might be little jetties, but there isn't. But I think I'm quite liking those. I did one at slightly longer exposure. What did that come out at? I can't tell. I haven't got my glasses on. 15 seconds. And actually now looking at it, I'm quite liking that as well. So yeah, there's a little bit of cloning work to happen down here, because I just can't get that bit out of frame. But I think that actually works quite well. I quite like the banding. You'll not really notice it here, but we've got blue and white and then blue again. Quite abstract, that. That'll do to start me off with, especially now I've remembered what I'm supposed to be doing with my filters. Oh dear. Well, I've just been reminded why I don't feel safe out here. I was just walking along the path and a guy cycled past me. I could have got high as a kite. The sun is starting to light the clouds up here. Timing is everything, isn't it? I've come down to the main jetty, which is a bit of an odd shape. It's 2 legs. It's a long straight piece and 2 legs that go out, and then it goes off at this end. So it's not really a particularly comfortable composition. I've also been joined by the swans. Please go away, swans. I'm having to stand very still because the jetty floats. And obviously I don't want to get any movement in my shot. I've got the 10 stop on, so I've got some nice white swirls from the pigging swans. I do love them, but I wish they'd get out of my shot. I've got a 0.6 reverse grad on. About 5 minutes ago, there's a very big house just over here. It has some beautiful light on it, but the sun has now dipped down. But what I'm after, yep, that's still too long. I quite like that though. It's a very blue hour one. Now the Swanee swans have gone, I can get rid of the white streaks in it. I'm at F9, ISO 100. I have the 10 stop, a reverse grad on. I haven't bothered with the polarizer because I think the sun's coming in at the wrong angle. It was 130 seconds on the last one. I may up the ISO to 250 because otherwise we're going to be getting an incredibly long exposure. The clouds are looking quite nice up here. So long as they stay there, they should catch some light, because I don't think there's a bank of cloud over there. Where that bright bit is, that's where the sun's going down. I don't think there's a bank of cloud over there. So that lot may just illuminate quite nicely. It's a lovely walk around here. I went down, when I was doing the little abstracty things, I managed to capture, excuse me, a couple of lovely images of the swans. I'm not really a birder. I'll do it if I have to. But I do have a thing about swans. I was aiming for a real close-up of the head with water droplets on when it came out of the water, but because of where we were positioned, every time the swan picked its head up, there was a leaf or a branch in the way. But I think I got a rather nice one of one of them swimming towards me with the golden light on the water. And this is not going to be an award winner, but my God, it's nice to be out and relax. I know I used to rush, or I felt like I was rushing when I had the tripod out. But compared with wandering around handheld, I feel static now. It's great. And it's so calming. I can't get to the coast till the 29th of March. And yes, I have booked 2 days off so I can get to the coast on the 29th of March. Don't know which coast, don't care. I shall be at the coast. But it's just nice to be near some water. So now it's just a case of waiting for something startling to happen with that lot. So essentially, that's the kind of scene I'm looking at. And that's what we finished up with. And that's pushing the white balance up to 10,000 kelvins because I've got the 6 stop on. Well, we kind of got a bit of light and a bit of colour, but it was fleeting. There's a couple of clouds behind me. Yeah, you might just be able to see they're actually colouring up quite nicely. But round in this direction, we're really not getting much at all. I'd say we did have it, but only for a fleeting few moments. It's wonderful. It kind of is a little bit uncomfortable because it sort of pushes in. It cuts across the middle of the image, but you have to work with what you've got. So I'll pop up anything I've got. Thanks for coming along. I very rarely ask this, but if you're watching and you kind of like what you're seeing, bear in mind this isn't my normal stuff. Go back in my back catalogue, have a look at some of my coastal long exposure work, and you'll see the type of image that I normally create. Wallace is always a good one to have a look at. If you like it, hit the like button and have a go at subscribing. It'd make my day. That's like, I can't remember the last time I asked people to do this, but I thought, why not? Break the habits of a lifetime. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next Sunday. Bye for now.